Welcome back to the New Wave Therapy Podcast, hosted by Bob Burdican. Today's episode in the series The Best Kept Secrets in Supplements is number 20, and it covers the topic of digestive issues. The information contained within this podcast, website, articles, images, videos, and the resources available for download through this website is not intended as, and shall not be understood or construed as, medical or health advice. While New Wave Therapy and Country Doctor Nutritional Center address health issues and the information provided through this medium relates to medical and/or health issues, the information provided through these means is not a substitute for medical or health advice from a medical professional who is aware of the facts and circumstances of your individual situation. The information that is provided, as well as the resources and downloads, are for educational and informational purposes.
Hey, welcome back. Number 20. I realize it's been a little time since we've actually been putting up some new information for you, but Dan and I have both been really busy. Our schedules just haven't clicked together. They're going to be clicking back together now. Talked to Dan the other day, and we'll be doing another one here shortly. So we're going to get back on track, get things done, get information out to you, and hopefully you're going to enjoy it. This program we're doing right now on digestive issues. This is a problem that Dan says in new clients he receives. 80 to 90% of the people actually talk about having digestive issues. And I know a lot of people who have the same situation. So without going into anything more, I'm just going to let Dan take it over and talk to it, and we'll get it done. Thanks for coming by, and we'll look forward to seeing you again. Thanks again. Welcome back to the Best Kept Secrets and Supplements. Bob Burdican and Dan Young of Country Doctor Nutritional Center in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Say, Dan, I understand that we're really going to dive into digestive problems today. Is that correct?
That's right, Bob. It's one of the most important and one of the most common concerns that almost every single client, young or old, when they come to the clinic, has something disrupting the gut. And so, support for digestion is a key factor in restoring health.
Yeah, we find that too, even going to the farmers markets. That seems to be one of the very top things that people talk about. So anyway, tell us a little bit about what you have there as far as the product and what it does and what's in it. You know, the whole story.
You bet.
Go ahead.
The Herbal Perfect line of products has the capsule version as well as the liquid formula in tincture.
Okay.
And obviously, liquid is going to be, as we established many times in past videos, a much more effective and efficient delivery system to the body because it's already broken down. It's into a digestive state. But
Right.
sometimes people can't handle those tinctures. So then we do have it in the capsule version.
Right.
And
Right.
the tincture and capsule version are very, very simple. They have the peppermint leaf, Jamaican ginseng. We have some nutmeg seed added into these formulas. And really what it does is it promotes the normal reaction for digestion, especially regarding starches, carbohydrates, sugars, that type of thing, and also blood fats. And for people that tend to get nauseous or bloating, gas, that type of thing, it's really great support for the liver and the pancreas at the same time.
Oh, really? Okay. That sounds good. So how often do people need to take this? Do they take it like on a regular basis, or do they take it as the need erupts, so to speak? Okay. So,
That's a great question. Most people we have, when we evaluate them in the clinic, find that they need to take a little bit of support every meal. So 1 or 2 droppers full of the Digest tincture or 1 or 2 capsules, digestive formula every meal without fail. And it just keeps everything really harmonized, everything calmed down, really keeps things on an even keel when it comes to digestion.
Are there some people that are more prone to having even a greater problem with digestion that have specific problems or that, that would enhance their ability to get through any other problems they might have?
Yeah, absolutely. There's about three key things that we see. One is people that are over consuming grains tend to really need the digestive support found in this formula. The second is people who have maybe a yeast fungus overgrowth, a little bit of an imbalance in the gut,
Okay.
the microbiome's off track. And then thirdly are people that don't have a gallbladder and they are in a chronic gas and nausea, and they kind of vacillate back and forth between real soft stools to a more challenging bowel movement. And they just can't seem to get things on track because they've lost the gallbladder. So those are the three most common that we see clinically.
Okay. I know we talk a lot about superfood too. Does that really enhance the ability of the digestive products?
It does, from a standpoint that you're using superfoods already in a pulverized powdered form. So again, it's a much easier, simple, and effective delivery system of the nutrition. Digestion doesn't have to work real hard to break down the nutrition found, the dense nutrition found in superfood. And superfood is really packed already with a lot of additional high digestive enzymes that naturally occur in the sprouted foods, vegetables, things of that nature that were used to make superfood.
Okay. So basically what I'm seeing is people that basically are on the traditional American diet here really need to look at this product, and hopefully by using that initially, it will start the process of maybe getting them off of that type of program and onto something that's really going to benefit them as far as nutrition wise.
Yeah, that's a very accurate observation, Bob. There's the standard American diet, which is abbreviated as SAD, as we all know.
Right.
And the reason it's SAD is because people are eating crap, and that's an acronym: carbohydrates, refined sugars, artificial items that they pack into these foods and then process. So carbohydrates, refined, artificial, and processed, that is the unfortunate major makeup of most people's diet. And so there's nutritional deficiencies, there's enzyme deficiencies. So the combination of superfood along with digestive remedy, 80 or 90% of people that will do that for 90 days, and that's the key, is doing it consistently for a 90-day cycle, tend to really see a major improvement in almost everything that brings them to our office.
Okay. I made an observation just this last week. A lot of the people that live around us here in California,
Okay.
they have been consumed by fast foods.
Oh.
I see them going out in the morning. I saw somebody come back. I left like at 6:30. They had come back from IHOP with takeout from IHOP for breakfast. And they have takeout for lunch. And then they have a delivery for dinner. And then later on in the evening, they have a pizza delivered.
No.
My daughter called me for Father's Day. And she says, Dad, her and her son stopped to get a drink at McDonald's because they're in Arizona. It was getting hot. So they stopped to get a drink. And she says, I looked up on the board and she says, it's $20 for a McDonald's meal now.
You're kidding.
That's what she told us. In fact, my oldest son's father-in-law said he had to stop in to get a breakfast the other day before he went to the hospital. Good idea, huh? It was $17 for a breakfast deal.
Oh my gosh.
I just don't know how these people can afford to do that when, hey, and believe me, these products are a lot less than that. So it's unbelievable.
100%. You're making it. Yeah, 100%. You're making it an investment in prevention. You touched on the McDonald's thing. I don't know what the prices are for food out here, but I can tell you this much. Cheyenne, Wyoming only has a population of right around the 70,000 mark. Okay?
Right.
We have not 3 McDonald's, which is the normal number for a population our size. If you talk to the corporate headquarters, we have 5 McDonald's, and their average revenue, their annual revenue this year is going to be somewhere between $25 and $28 million out of a town of 70,000 people.
Yeah.
And we wonder why we're sick. We wonder why people are always complaining about headaches and body aches and can't sleep and high blood pressure and obesity and all the things right here in the smallest state of the 50
Right.
in
Exactly.
Cheyenne, Wyoming, $25 to $28 million in revenue. It is absolutely ridiculous. I told a guy today, because I got after him about his diet, and he kind of fired back at me a little bit. And I said, well, hey, man, it's real simple. The reason desks are so small in first grade is they're not designed to fit a 35-year-old. When it comes to your diet and your habits, you've got to get out of first grade and move on. Quit eating Cheerios for breakfast and orange juice for lunch and cheeseburgers and French fries and soda pop for dinner. Mm-hmm. You're never going to get much better than you are right now unless you're willing to take accountability and responsibility for changing your diet.
In fact, my wife, Saturday at the farmer's market, we're really good friends with the person that runs it. She's a vegetable farmer. And she goes, Bertha, I really need to lose weight. I just don't know what to do. And she stood there a minute and looked at her and she spread her arms open wide and she says, your whole answer is right here in front of you. Yeah. She says, why don't you eat what you grow? You sell what you grow. Yeah. Why don't you eat what you grow? And she said, majority of your digestive problems, everything will be taken care of. That's it.
Yep.
Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, minimal meats and starches. And I'm not saying give up everything. I'm just saying do it correctly.
Right.
So,
just do it correctly. Nobody does this thing perfectly. You and I don't do it perfectly. No. I know who does it perfectly. None of my clients do it perfectly, but the consistency of developing new habits, that's the magic right there.
It is very much so. And it just really, and if someone in the family does it, has success with it, it spreads throughout the family. That's the really important thing. So
very true. And nobody has more influence over a family's dietary habits than moms and grandmas.
Exactly. And I've seen grandmas with wooden spoons that even had more influence.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, that's exactly what we're talking about today. It really all centers around nutrition, the health and balance of your body. It's not like you don't try to tell people they've got a problem. You try to tell them you've got a solution.
Yes.
But you present the solution, but it's up to them to accept that solution and run with it.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. And people, they want it complicated. They say, well, what diet should I be on? There is no perfect diet.
That's
you're
true.
different than I am. Your needs are different than mine. So
that's right.
These products are designed to help you get back on track and keep you there. That's what I see. At least that's what's happened with me.
Yeah. So, and that's been my experience too, Bob. It's kind of like one of your mantras, invite change, don't force it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, invite change. Here's the solution. As practitioners, here's what it feels like sometimes. And I know this is kind of more of the psychological side of client care, but you feel like you're on the Titanic and you're running around the ship.
Yeah.
Knocking on the door, the guy comes to the door. What's the matter? He's like, hey, the ship is sinking. You got to do something different. You got to take action right now. Well, are you sure the ship is sinking? And they want to debate that. It's like, no, I'm going to go after the next door and knock again. Hey, it's time to take action. Time to do things differently. We got to take action. You're on a sinking ship. And most people in this country right now, that is exactly the situation they're in with their health. They're on a sinking ship.
100%.
And they need to take responsibility and change some things.
But as we know, it's a time factor.
It is because fast food is convenient. Apparently not cheap.
It's not cheap anymore.
It's convenient. Quick, easy, simple. But quick, easy, and simple is how you bake a cake, which, by the way, will still erode your health. It's not how you restore good optimal function. And so that's why having the right resources, your websites, and the 6211 plan, the amazing resource that Bertha wrote of the cookbook that we haven't talked about any of that, which is a perfect fit into digestion is to eat right first.
Yeah. Yeah, she put
So,
that book together quite a while ago. And,
yep.
and it's like I told you the other time that she's got a friend she gave a copy to, and she goes on YouTube every week and they make these and eat them every week.
That's awesome.
Recipes, and
That's great.
it's really kind of funny, So
Yeah,
Bertha won't
that's
do
really
that.
good.
These pieces I can't get in front of the camera. So, you know, it'd be great for her to do that, but she hasn't.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
she does. She's a good educator.
yeah.
I don't know if she realizes that, but she's a really good educator.
And she is really good in letting people know about the products. She really just doesn't let go of them. Make sure that they
Yeah.
really understand what she's talking about.
Yep.
So anyway,
Very good.
I think next week we should expand on this digestion thing a little bit more and maybe move on into specific enzyme products. How's that sound?
That's a great idea. We've got a couple of more that we can feature in next week's video. So it'll build on today's for sure.
Okay, it sounds like a winner then. And till next week, and Dan and I will be back here again, same time, same back channel. We'll be there and we'll teach you more about the best kept secrets and supplements. Until then, be safe and be healthy. Thanks for watching.